Hey guys, Repel here. We're bringing you another Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Wi-Fi battle. Before I get right into this battle, I just have to simply thank all of my viewers. I can't stress that enough. Your views mean a lot to me, this channel, and actually back to yourself. Had I not received so much support from you guys, I don't think this channel would be alive to this day. 9 months ago was the start of this channel, and now looking back at it, it's grown quite a lot, so thank you guys yet again. You guys gotta give a huge pat on the back. Moving on, we're gonna go right into the battle now. We're up against Cherry. I brought a semi-rain team here. Sort of, not really, but yeah, I'm gonna lead off with the Politoed now. Naturally, my Politoed does have Ice Beam. You know, most Politoed does. So my opponent knows better than that, and she's going to go for that U-turn. That's great and all. Hoping to, you know, not take an Ice Beam that as bad. So turns out he's gonna go into the Jolteon. That's great and all. I am carrying the choice specs, and that'll actually do over half. I pop his air balloon, but I still don't want to stay in because I don't want to take a Thunderbolt or anything. So I have to go into Donphan now. Now, if my opponent does have the Hidden Power Ice, that's fine. Turns out he has Protect. That's very cool. You don't really see Protect on the Jolteon as often these days, but hey, I guess it works out. Now, my opponent is going to go into Snorlax. Now, the only thing this Snorlax can really do to me is, I guess, an Ice Punch, but honestly, I don't think an Ice Punch can really kill me. That's just being honest. So I thought, I'm just going to stay in. You know, it's going to be a nice 3-hit KO. You know, I see why not. If he wants to go for a rest, so be it. But turns out he has Curse. I'm like, alright, that's cool. I mean, Curse Laxes are really fucking scary, but unfortunately for my opponent, it's not really working here. I think Curse Lax works really well if the Snorlax is pit against a special attacker. Especially, you know, a special attacker that has fire or ice moves. Because Snorlax does have that thick fat ability, but yeah, it's not going to live Donphan's attacks. So here I just decided to break his multi-scale, go for that, you know, 4 times effective Ice Shard. I do have Stone Edge, but I don't want to miss. But it turns out my opponent does have the Weakness Policy. Again, it's not that uncommon. So thanks to Weakness Policy, this Outrage is going to do a fuck butt ton. But I still live it with 2 fucking HP, and I'm gonna go for my second Ice Shard, and that will take care of Dragonite. So Donphan killing 2 massive threats, Snorlax and Dragonite back to back, and still clinging on to life. Now I know for a fact my opponent has Sucker Punch, so I was just like, okay, he's obviously gonna go for Sucker Punch. I have a free turn to switch in. Why the hell not, right? What could possibly go wrong? Nothing. Nothing could go wrong. Mega Absol is pretty fucking sexy, by the way, but yeah, she does go for the Sucker Punch, but again, it doesn't do anything. Now here, I make a huge derp play. I actually went for the Sticky Webs, and luckily my opponent does switch out. I totally forgot that Mega Absol has the Magic Bounce ability. Had he stayed in with Mega Absol, you know, Webs would just bounce back, so it was really good that he actually switched out. Which is not too uncommon, because obviously, you know, Mega Absol is weak to Bug Buzz. He does not want to take a fucking Bug Buzz, so. His Earthquake doesn't even take me to Sash, so I'm just like, okay. Now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure this Flygon is choiced. Whether it's Choice Scarf or Choice Banded, I'm not sure, but I know he's stuck into Earthquake. If he's stuck into Earthquake, I see no point to not bring out my Moltres. Now this Moltres is a very strange Moltres. I've only showcased it rare occasions. Under a blue moon, yes, he has Will-O-Wisp, and if you guys thought he is a physical wall, then you guessed right. This Moltres is a Will-O-Wisping Roost Moltres, and it knows Hurricane. That's why it goes really well with the rain. I mean, yes, it's a fire type, it does weaken its flamethrower, but it also has a Hurricane. And obviously Hurricane accuracy is 100% in the rain, so it's really great. Now he's gonna go back into Flygon. Now I actually could have went for the Bug Buzz, but again, I really wasn't sure if the Togekiss would, you know, potentially stay in. So I had no choice but to go with Thunder. But I also knew that he's probably gonna go for a Rock move. And luckily he did. Had he went for the Earthquake, this Jirachi would have been toast. Fucking burnt, dry toast. That's really good. I so know for a fact that this Flygon is in fact choiced. And yes, he has Stone Edge, so I really gotta watch out with that Moltres. Now I went for the Body Slam now. You know, nothing in this team wants to take a Body Slam, especially if it's a Serene Grace Jirachi Body Slam. I do have twice the percentage to land a paralysis. In this case, I landed onto this Absol, and what's really great is I have all these non-attacking moves which can potentially stall his Sucker Punches. Now I really thought that maybe he'd give up using Sucker Punch, so I just thought, okay, let's just go for an Iron Head, but turns out he went for a Sucker Punch, but I still take it really well. But this Mega Absol is not taking the Iron Head as well. So he goes for a Sucker Punch, and I actually went for the Wish. That was a very close play there. Had he counter-predicted that, he actually could have killed me with like a knockoff or a Night Slash or something like that, along those lines. But yeah, here I went for the very obvious Protect, and my opponent learns his lesson. He does not go for the... Well, actually we don't know, because Protect still goes before Sucker Punch, so he still could have went for Sucker Punch. Still don't know that, right? Now I'm sitting at, you know, full HP, so if he wants to go for a Sucker Punch, I don't really care, but he doesn't even go for Sucker Punch, and I'm free to just finish off this Absol with an Iron Head, so that's pretty sweet. Jirachi completely walling and countering and Mega Absol. Who knew? Who knew Jirachi had it in him? My Jirachi is especially defensive, but yeah, it still does pretty well. Now I went for a Protect just to scout what he's going to be stuck into. Turns out he's going to be stuck into U-turn, which is great. It's only just going to do neutral. You know, it's not stab. And judging from that range, I'm pretty sure this Flygon is actually Choice Scarf, not Choice Bandit. So, I stayed in. He doesn't get that Wish priority. Regardless, I went for the Wish, just in case, you know, maybe that Flygon was banded, right? If it was banded, that U-turn would have done quite a lot, so still safer for me to just go for that Wish. Now this Togekiss can go for Fire Blast, which I'm weak against, but I am especially defensive, or he can simply go for Thunder Wave. Regardless, I really didn't want to switch out into my Galvantula. Yes, Galvantula could take the Thunder Wave, but had he went for a Fire Blast, my Galvantula would have switched out and died. Now I do get that critical on that Iron Head, and actually I'm pretty sure that mattered. Togekiss is pretty fucking bulky, pretty fucking fat, so... I am paralyzed, kinda sucks, and here comes the Jolteon. Now Jolteon does step on webs, but I am paralyzed, so it doesn't matter. He does go for Shadow Ball. Most Jolteons do have Shadow Ball, but like I mentioned, I am specially defensive. So I was just like, okay, let's see. I need to throw up a Wish, simply because I am paralyzed. If I lose one turn due to paralysis, it's a big deal to me, so... Turns out my opponent has his own Wish. That is why this Jolteon has Protect. That's very cool, and this, unfortunately the Body Slam does not finish it off. And I know for a fact he has Protect, so naturally I can't touch him this turn and he will grab his Wish. Not that it matters, I do hit myself in paralysis anyways. I mean, I hit myself in paralysis every damn turn. Maybe not, I'm just exaggerating, but still. Now he's gonna throw up another Wish, so he wants to grab as much HP as possible, but I'm like, alright, fine. I don't care. You know, he might have the upper hand here simply because I am paralyzed, but I will not give in simply because I have so much faith in my own Jirachi. This Jirachi obviously killed the Mega Absol. So if this Jirachi can finish off the Mega Absol, so can it take this Jolteon. That's what I'm presuming. He keeps using Shadow Ball, and that's fine and all, but I really just want to land one fucking Body Slam, but he does get that nice crit, and luckily I didn't go for a Body Slam. Thanks to that crit, I desperately needed that Wish, and I actually got it. And I wanted to go for a Protect because I'm only sitting at half. If he lands another critical, he can potentially kill me, but not that it matters. I get, you know, para hacks all day, every fucking day. So yeah, I want to be at my fullest, you know, max HP to land more Body Slams. That's my best bet here. Not to mention, Shadow Ball does have a chance to lower my special defense. So again, he gets another critical hit. So I'm kind of glad I'm throwing up all these Wishes. you know, I'm not being too paranoid, guys. I'm really not. I really want to just kill this Jolteon, and in order to do that, I need to watch out for critical hits. So luckily I do get that Protect, and that'll heal me. Had I, you know, not get that Protect, get Parahax again, my opponent would have definitely finished me off. But I mean, I can't get Parahax every turn, right? So yes, he keeps using Shadow Ball, and no, he's not dropping my special defense yet. If he had dropped my special defense even once, I probably would have switched it out by now, simply because I don't think I can take one Shadow Ball that well if my special defense is dropped. So, and he does go for that Shadow Ball. I know from this range I can take it actually, so instead of going for Protect, I thought I need to start using Body Slam now. And it's a 2-hit KO from this range, so I'm thinking, great. After my Wish and Leftovers, I can take one more Shadow Ball, unless my opponent gets a critical, and I can retaliate back with a Body Slam. And he doesn't go for Wish. That's great. But of course I get Parahax. So if it wasn't for that Parahax, I would have went for that Body Slam, which obviously I did, and that Jolteon would have been gone for good. But unfortunately, thanks to Paralysis spoiling my plan, I have no choice but to go into Toxicroak now to eat one Shadow Ball. Toxicroak does not have massive special defense, but it'll still take it, especially a non-stab Shadow Ball. He actually goes for the Protect, not really sure why, because I simply outspeed him because I have Sticky Webs, and not to mention, my opponent only has the Jolteon left and the Flygon. Both are neutral, you know, just neutral to Drain Punch, so really unnecessary to go for that Protect, but regardless, it's all good. Here comes the Flygon now. Obviously, he's going to go for the Earthquake. It's so obvious. So obvious, because, you know, I'm Toxicroak, so I have to switch out. But actually, he actually went for Stone Edge. I'm like, okay, I mean, I can see why. You don't want to get stuck onto Earthquake because I simply have that Moltres. But at the same time, I'm pretty sure my Toxicroak could have taken that Stone Edge really fucking well. And I'll show you. I'll send it back in comfortably. And as a matter of fact, he does go over that Stone Edge. And yeah, I can totally take 2 Stone Edges, maybe even 3. But he goes for that other Stone Edge, but he misses. Not that it really matters, and I will finish off this Flygon with that Drain Punch. And grab a little bit more HP. And finally, the Flygon does go down, which is my opponent's final and last Pokemon, and that shall wrap up the battle. Thank you, Cherry, that was an amazing battle, but more importantly, thank you to all my viewers for sticking by and stopping by and watch Repel Games. Your views mean so much to this channel, so thank you all yet again, and I hope you guys stay tuned for tomorrow's battle.